Hello and welcome to a Kingston Sharks special here on the social media and YouTube channels. I'm Connor Lynn and I'm joined by Coach Scott Hayward and Cain Taylor for the Kingston Sharks. How are you two, first of all, gents?
Good, Connor. Thanks for having us.
No, I appreciate you having us on, Connor.
And I say we've got a lot to talk about because in just a few days' time, we have got the home opener for the Kingston Sharks against the Sheffield Titans in North 2. I bet it's a busy time for you guys. How are things going at the moment?
Yeah, coaching-wise, pretty good. We've got a big squad for the season, which is quite pleasing from last season. It's a bit more competition for places. We've made numerous new signings. I think we'll have a marquee signing going out tomorrow, a big name. Yeah, it's looking really, really good on paper. So hopefully we can translate that onto the ice.
On the playing side of it, Cain, Scott's mentioned a big side. You know, is it all fun on the ice so far? Getting ready to go, excitement.
Yeah, obviously the boys are with us. It's been a few months since the last game. With the game this weekend, the lads were flying around the ice this week, and a lot of them have improved since over the summer, and things look a lot more positive than what they did last year. So, yeah, the boys are ready to go this year, and I think we're going to surprise a lot of teams in the north this year.
Obviously, we don't want to dwell on it too much. Obviously, this particularly the start of last year was a really difficult, going to, there's a really tough opening, I think, to the time in North 2, wasn't it? And things did get a bit better as the season went on, but is that what this off-season's been about? Just learning from that, and now taking that next step?
Yeah, I'd probably say so. There's more of a buzz about the place and the team and stuff like that. There seems a bit more camaraderie and stuff like that. And as a new team, a lot of people don't know each other. They know of each other, but they've not been teammates before, I suppose. So it was a bit of a learning curve, even the coaching side, the playing side. It was a quite an eventful season, as you mentioned. I think it was week 12 or 13 before we finally got a win. So, yeah, hopefully this will be week 1 this season.
And of course, it'll be a big game against Sheffield, and we'll come up onto that in a moment. But in terms of sort of putting the pieces into place that'll obviously give you the best chance to progress this season, talk us through the squad, sort of, the key retentions, the key additions. What's going to make the Sharks different this year round?
I say we've managed to recruit a little bit more experience from other clubs that have joined us. We've a little bit more in depth with systems and things like that. Hopefully they'll really come into sort of their own. It was difficult. I mean, we did pick up a lot of guys that just played recreation ice hockey. I mean, they were good ice hockey players, but they've not really played any sort of league hockey. I mean, the NHL, it's still classed as a professional league, can have imports, so on and so forth. People do get paid to play in it. So, I mean, for transitioning from amateur to professional, even like coaching, where it was a big step for all of us. I mean, I seriously underestimated how good that league was, personally. I know Cain's played in it and above. So, I mean, but I think he'd agree maybe that the league's a lot better now than it maybe was when you played, Cain.
Yeah, obviously I was only 16 when I first come in it, and hockey was a lot different back then. And I knew most of the lads I played with when I first played when it was the Jets in that D2. Obviously for me, coming in this year, I played with some of the lads. Like I remember I was on the line with Hoagie when I first turned 16 at seniors. And I played juniors with some, but like some of the rec boys, I'd not even heard of them. So that's where I think this year we've gelled. And as you said, Scotty, it was a massive learning curve last year. And I can see all the boys have gone away during the summer, put the work in. And yeah, the boys are flying now. And the dressing room, everyone knows each other. And it's just like a big family, which is great every time we come down to the rink. And as I keep saying, I think we're going to surprise a lot of teams this year with some of the new boys that come in, and the fact that we all know each other now, and we've spent that year, and the lads that have never played seniors or never played that league hockey before. They all know what it's about now and what's needed to get the job done.
Just going to say, of course, looking at the roster, you've got players, like yourself, Cain, like, Gavin Tidy, like Joe Anson, Grant Cook, who've, all played at the level, know what it's about. But then, as he said, you're getting these juniors, some of these kids as young as 16 now taking that step, their first chance at senior hockey. And, this league, a lot of it is about obviously, playing to win. And it's a professional league, as you say. But it's where those 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds get blooded into senior ice hockey, and that's going to be another big step for a lot of these lads this year.
Yeah, like, obviously, being in the dressing room, and most of the lads, they want to play for either the Jets or the Seahawks, which is great, which is, as a development team in that Division 2, that's sort of the aim. If you look at most guys that play Division 1, National, even Elite, or gone abroad, the ball started in the Division 2. So the fact that Hull's got 3 teams now in each division is fantastic, and it's great to see the pathway. And we've already seen players jump up to them levels, some playing D2 and then D1, then obviously already gone to national.
I think this year Hull's got 3 strong teams. As you'll know, kind of like with Seahawks, and that they've made some great signings that look good on the ice. I mean, Jets especially, they've made some awesome signings. And obviously we've been on a bit of a self-improvement as well. So this season across all 3 leagues, I think you're going to see a really good challenge from all 3 teams. They'll all be pushing towards the top.
No, I think it's certainly so. Of course, across the 3 men's teams, and it's a very successful year last year for the Diamonds squads as well, and they'll be hoping to push on. It's a great time to be an ice hockey fan in Hull.
Yes.
Talking about obviously some of the players' very last couple of days, sort of things, and one of them ties in well to the game coming up, and that's obviously signed Scott Howells, former Sheffield Titan, has even given you any few tips and tricks against his old side for Saturday.
Yeah,
coaching staff. Yeah, we wouldn't. That's not the way we play the game. Like, it's irrelevant. Like I say, it's irrelevant what other teams do against us. It's what we do on the ice that counts. I mean, Sheffield are obviously a long-standing club with a lot of tradition and a lot of heritage. But I mean, all 3 teams have been bolstered by either Steel Dogs. Their NIHL 1 team have been joining Hull. Obviously we picked up on that and picked up a couple of players as well. So there may be a little bit of unrest across at Sheffield at the moment. Obviously that's their loss our gain, hopefully. And we'll have 1 more Sheffield player to announce tomorrow. So yeah, keep an eye out on the socials.
I'm sure we will. And of course, last few days, we've seen a few of the under-18s obviously signing those deals with the Sharks. And then your former Seahawks, someone I know very well in Tim Lyons, is going to be one of the netmind. And, due down in the Sharks this year. Of course, I know he's balancing things with his British Army time as well. He's going away, I think, for a few months at the end of this month. But another good bit of it, I say experience. Obviously, he's been there, he's trained at the higher level, for a very long time. Obviously, limited ice time, though, so he's now going to be wanting to get on and show what he can do.
Yeah, I mean, netminding, we have 4 netminders. We have taken on, it's not announced yet, but we have taken on a lad from Leeds who's only 16 as well. I mean, going on, as we were speaking about juniors earlier, we have taken him on. We've got Tim Lyons, we've got Dom Smith, we've got Evan Byron Bates, so we're not short of a netminder. And like I say, having that many netminders, it's just going to push them on, hopefully, for competition for places. It makes our decision really, really hard. And, as a coach, that's good. We want them decisions to be difficult for us. But yeah, and Saturday, we've named 2 netminders for Saturday. I mean, Tim, hopefully, might be playing the game after. But yeah, at the moment we picked our 2 netminders and that's it. I mean, Tim's not in the fray at the moment, even for his experience and such. That's the high quality we have right now in our netmanding front.
Of course, that battle for places and those that have been in and around the system for a while.
Yeah.
Obviously going to need to show what they can do because, as you say, when you've got 4 netminders, with varying levels of experience, but all with that drive to go on, it's a good place to be, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, we're giving another 16-year-old debut on Saturday as well. So again, that's just links to the junior power. Cain says it just links our junior pathway and what we're trying to do at Hull. We are trying to get our kids out. I think we played the most kids in the league last year. I want to say we played about 11 under 23s last year.
And I even remember when the boys travelled down to Coventry, Scotland, we had that full junior line, and they really proved themselves that game, and it shows that coming through all there is a lot of talent. And as we keep saying, the path is there to jump up the levels, which, they want to play for the Sharks, but ultimately, I know they all want to play for that Seahawks in front of the big crowd, play for the top team in their home city. And you can see it on practice and that with the juniors coming through, even the ones that can't play for us yet. They're hungry and they're pushing us older boys out of jobs and it's pushing the older lads as well on practice, and you can see the competitiveness on the ice. It's just going up and up and up. So, as you said, everyone's fighting this year to be in the roster, and you can see that when we're practicing on a Monday night, that everyone wants to make that squad on the weekend because that's the way you really prove yourself.
As you say, those vets, on the Monday night, they won't want to be shown up by the 15, 16-year-olds on the ice for the first few times, will they? It's going to drive everyone on. For the rest of the month, how busy does it look, Scott, on the Sharks calendar?
I think we've got a game a week. To be fair, with the reduction in the amount of games throughout the season, we've gone from 32 to 26. And it just seems to have eased up on the double headers. I think we only have 4 double headers in a weekend, which is amazing. I know Seahawks and Jets have to battle each weekend, like twice a week. But we just seems to, but NHL 2 just seems to be a little bit more sparse with games, which is better. I think we've got 3 games coming up out the next 4 weeks, and I think we get a week off as well.
As it gives you that chance, I think, just to see how things are going nice and early on.
Yeah.
Avoid the double headers early and just take each week as it comes and focus on it one. I say it will be the Kingston Sharks against Sheffield Titans. I believe it's now 12 p.m. face-off on Saturday. Is that correct? Been moved.
That's correct.
Slightly?
Yeah, 12 p.m. start. Yeah.
And I say, make sure that if you are free Saturday afternoon and you want to get some early ice hockey action in, because I say it's a double header with the Jets, I think, on that Saturday as well, isn't it? Because they take on Jets versus the Leeds Knights 2 at 5:30 on the night. So it could be a great afternoon of whole ice hockey down there. Make sure get down there, watch the Sharks, support them against the Titans. But I've got to say thank you very much to Cain and to yourself, Scott. It's been a pleasure speaking to you, and I'm sure we'll speak to you soon.
You're a gentleman, Connor. Thank you.
No, I appreciate it, Connor. Thanks for having us on, pal.